pleasure to see you too. Congratulations on a huge victory.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I almost was
Ladies,
Grace.
find your name and grab a seat. We'll wait for the media people to get settled down. Are we set? Welcome everyone. Congratulations to the Drake Bulldogs for their 16th appearance in the Valley Tournament title game and winning by the highest margin of victory over a #1 seed in Valley Tournament history. With us from Drake, our student athletes Grace Berg and Maggie Bear, and the head coach Allison Pullman. Remember, this is a streaming session, so when you ask your questions, Jake right here will present you with the microphone, and so we appreciate your cooperation with that. Let's get started. Coach, would you please make an opening statement?
Absolutely. Just really impressed with our team's tenacity to start the game, and then what felt like just the continuance of that as the game went on. And we had a number of times where we needed reminders that Illinois State is a phenomenal team, and they're a phenomenal team of the Paige Robinsons, the Player of the Year, the Mary Crumptons. Of if you let them get loose, and I kept saying this in timeouts, like we're just giving them free shots. We're giving them free shots. We can't let them warm up. And I think our team did a really fantastic job of continuing to keep tabs on them. We let a few offensive rebounds go their way a few too many times, but other than that, just really proud to be a Drake Bulldog, really proud of this team and our resilience. And I've got two very fine women up here, but there's 10 more in our locker room that are just, that are clearly cheering and having a good time. So it's a great day to be a Bulldog.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take questions now for Coach Pullman or the student athletes. And please direct your question to one or all of them. And Jake will have the microphone for you. Who wants to start?
Maggie, 19 points, really great night for you. Katie Dinneber had 10 assists of her own tonight. How big of an impact did she play on this game?
She is, I feel like, our X factor in all of our games. I feel like she's always the hardest working person in the gym, and it's no secret that she's an excellent passer, like you said. So I think she just sets people up so well. I think anybody's on any night, and it's because Katie sets people up. It's because she makes those passes, she makes those plays. So she's a phenomenal player, and it's so much fun to play with her. So.
Next.
Coach, how did you guys come out and show out with so much energy, especially early on, and how did you keep that energy flowing throughout the game?
I think it's just something we continue to make our team aware of. I said this yesterday, and I'd be remiss not to say it again, but surrounded by a phenomenal coaching staff who, the grind of it all, and last night, and figuring out coverages and different, just different things that we do defensively. And our coaches had our players ready for today, and our players were, one of the words we use is bought in, and they were bought in, which ultimately goes to their focus level of understanding, the keys defensively and the keys offensively. So that energy level is, it's just something, you gotta love this game. It's March, you gotta love playing, you gotta love who you're doing this with, and I think that shows through how we showed up today.
Allison,
Excuse me.
You need the microphone.
well, when you look at defending Paige Robinson, what worked today and what was the plan going in?
Yeah. Well, the plan going in was just, make her have to work, and really making her have to work is on the defensive end. So, her matchup was Grace a lot of times. So she had to guard Grace, and then Grace had to guard her. So, it's kind of, if you did a full court one-on-one, that'd be quite a competition if the two of them decided to do that, because I think you got two great players going head to head. But I think, what each of them were able to do is to kind of, take advantage of their strengths. I think Grace's length and physicality is something that I would say maybe bothered Paige. I thought timing-wise, just forcing her to have to take a couple extra steps or to pass the ball, But she was our focus. She's a phenomenal player, like I said before. Just making sure that we kept tabs on her and just made her have to work for everything.
Was this the day when the defense led to the offense?
I absolutely think so. So one of the things, like we love the transition game. You love scoring and, at 80 points per game, that's the ideal situation. And so when we're able to defensively get stops and really flow into our offense, that's what we really like to do. And I think our team has done a really, really great job of buying into, once we rebound, we're really off to the races. And Katie Dinnebeer and Ava Hawthorne, are the two big ones that really get us into our transition game. So, yeah, I agree with you.
Maggie, 10 rebounds. What was able to work for you, especially inside the paint today, and how were you able to make things work against this Redbird team?
We know they're a good rebounding team. Like, I know Deanna and Kate Boltman are both really good rebounders. They fly in anytime off a shot. So I think just being aware of that. But I think our guards did a really good job also of taking their guards out of the play. So it's kind of just a one-on-one matchup inside. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we always preach that rebounding is an effort thing. I think we love to rebound. Courtney Becker had a heck of a game. Came in and rebounded. I don't know how many she had, 8. So I think that's just something that we work on a lot every day in practice. We talk about that. That's just an effort thing, and effort should never be questioned. So I think just going in and getting them when you can. Sorry. I don't know.
You did great.
Anything else, gentlemen? Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll get the chairs. We're joined by the regular season co-champion Illinois State Redbirds, who will be headed to an automatic WNIT berth. The Redbirds are represented by student athletes Deanna Wilson and Kate Bowman and head coach Kristen Gillespie. I want to remind you guys that we'd like you to use the microphone since we are streaming this session. Thank you. Jake will take it over to you as you raise your hand. Okay, first, Coach, would you like to make an opening statement?
Yeah, I just want to give Drake all the credit. They were outstanding. It's a really tough matchup for us, and they played as well as I've seen them play. So they beat us, and that's how it goes sometimes. And that's the tough thing, because like I shared with our team, it's just one game doesn't define the team, and it stinks that this has happened to be our last game in the conference play, because that's the game everyone's going to remember. But what this team has done is unbelievable. They have ignited our fan base. They have just the impact they've made on our community, on young people, on our campus. They've brought Illinois State back to where it needs to be, and that is, I told them, there's not another team in the league I'd rather coach. The love I have for those 15 individuals, I don't know if they'll ever know, and I could not be more proud. This wasn't our best showing, ball didn't go in, but this is not who we are, and this will not define us.
Okay, questions? If you raise your hand, Jake will bring a microphone to you. Here and then.
After the first couple of possessions, you guys played great defensively for those first few. Do you think there's a lack of communication maybe after those first few possessions?
Yeah, I mean, what they do is really hard to guard. I know it probably looks like, should have done this, should have done that, but There was a few possessions I think we did have lack of communication and transition, but for the most part, I thought we battled, and that's what I told them. They're hard with the way they cut, the way they post up. I mean, you play other teams, and there's always a little bit of you get a little breather. You don't get one there, and could our communication been better at some possessions? Yes, but I mean, we just didn't score. We didn't make enough shots to win.
Coach, it was 27% from the field, I think it was 5 turnovers. Were those the shots that you guys wanted and just not falling, or was it something Drake was doing defensively there?
Yeah, I thought in the first half, I mean, we drove the ball pretty hard. Anna Miller is the defensive player of the year. I mean, they have rim protection. If you look at the analytics, they're one of the best rim protecting teams in the country. It's tough. It's tough because they're so big, so that does alter what we need to do. I thought we got good shots. We usually don't go for 20 from the 3. We have great shooters. But tonight, they just weren't going in. And it's just, I thought we got good looks in the paint, too. Dee had some great shots. I mean, Kate, another day we make those. It just wasn't our day.
Kate, from your view, what was not working well offensively?
Offensively, I mean, I said at halftime, I feel like Drake was causing us to rush a little bit too much, and I thought they did a really good job pressuring us, and we didn't handle it as well as we could have. I think if we would have slowed down and played at our pace, because we like to play it just a little bit slower than they do, then we could have possibly made some more shots. But I mean, the game is over and we didn't do it, and that's okay. I think we played our hearts out, and I'm really, really proud of all of us.
Deanna, you were 1 rebound off a double-double there, great performance. By the middle of the game, they were relying on you a lot to get points down by the boards. Did you feel that? Were you feeling that there was putting a lot of pressure on you?
I haven't felt pressure this whole tournament. It was just another game, just so happened our shots didn't fall.
Anything more, guys? Randy?
Kristen, everything I've heard that the Valley appears to most likely be a one-bid league for the NCAA this year. Is that the way you're looking at it? And do the preparations automatically go to the WNIT then?
Yes, and that's the tough thing. It's the plight of a mid-major. You can you can have a heck of a year, and then your expectation is you have to be perfect for 3 straight days, and the margin of error is just so small. And we just happen to have a bad day and a bad shooting day. So, but you know what? This isn't the end of our season, and that's what I told our players. Thank goodness, because we get to come back on Tuesday. We'll give them a couple days off, and we get to be together again. I get to coach them. They get to put their uniforms on one more time, and that's what our program's about. It's not about one game, and it's about our culture and what we're trying to do, and I know we're going to be ready, and we got a chance. I mean, I wouldn't want to play us. I think we're pretty darn good, and I can't wait to see what we can do. Can we go win a couple games? At the end of the year, there's only 2 teams that get to say they ended on a win, the NCAA and the WNIT. Well, let's go make some noise, and I know this group will be ready, and I can't wait to coach them again.
Dee, what did how this season went for you mean to you, and how does it, aside from this game specifically, how did it feel to have a more than impressive season throughout the majority of the year?
It was just exciting. Like, this whole year it's been so fun. Like, the different memories, the different, I just can't, the fans between my coaches, my teammates, and everybody's, Leanna, Kendi, everybody makes everything so great. That's what makes Illinois State. Like, you can't get another feel for that anywhere else. So, my senior year was top tier, to say the least. It's not over either.
I was gonna say that. We're not done. Don't use past tense.
Could I just ask the same question to you, Kate?
Can you ask it again?
What did the season mean to you other than tonight or today?
Yeah, I mean, I get to play with all my best friends on the team, And it's literally the only thing that makes me emotional thinking about is just how much I love everybody and how much, you know, it's how fun it's been to play, you know. I don't know, it's hard to put into words what it means. She says it all the time, like how much we love each other and how much this sucks because I don't know, you know, if I'm gonna get to play with this group or a majority of this group again. So, I mean, it's meant everything to me, and it's hard to put into words.
You definitely can tell it's like a family feel. You can tell we're sisters. We'll bump heads every now and then. You know, that's what family does.
Yeah, like I screamed at D yesterday.
You know, end of the day, like Kate said, it wouldn't be no other team I would go to war with.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so hard is, you know, we love each other so much, but sometimes it's not enough because, you know, shots didn't fall. And you kind of have to do that on the basketball court.
And we put the orange thing into the big circle.
Yeah.
Anything else? Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Making me cry with your question, Jesus. Kept it together until now.
Nice to meet you too.